Right around 2004 was when we were getting increasing numbers of calls for YMCAs wanting to engage newcomers in their programs and in their offerings. We then went under an a departmental strategic planning process where we went out and talked to multiple stakeholders. And one of the key learnings that came out of that process was the need to begin looking at international and moving away from international as overseas outside of our borders, and really looking at the global nature of our world, but the global nature of the communities that many of the YMCAs were serving. We knew that as much as we wanted to do nationally, if we didn't have the innovation and connections with the local associations, we would not get the traction that we needed.
What we also need to determine is a broader organizational change
Yes.
model, and that became what is now our 6 areas of opportunity. So we knew if we were going to create permanence in the transformation, we needed to influence the way YMCAs thought about inclusion through their core operational areas. So membership growth, program innovation, leadership development, both staff and volunteers, collaboration, work with our financial development teams through resource mobilization, and then how we talk about the YMCA, so the brand and visibility. So that became the seed for our Global Centers of Excellence network, which is now the Diversity Inclusion Global Innovation Network.
Community leaders broke bread at the YMCA's Thanksgiving Fellowship Breakfast. This year's event resonated especially after one of the most divisive election seasons.
Rochester has the highest deaf population per capita in the United States, and a new ASL boot camp at the Eastside YMCA is a big help to those looking to get fit.
You know, many think the YMCA as a place to take swim lessons and gymnastics classes or just work out, but there's so much more. And starting today, the 100-year-old organization will celebrate Welcoming Week, which is a national initiative seeking to bring immigrants, refugees, and native-born residents together.
Our communities are going through unprecedented transitions right now. There are demographic changes, and we still live in communities that are often very fragmented across racial, ethnic, religious, and other dimensions of diversity. The DIG strategy helps build the knowledge and the cultural competencies of YMCA staff and volunteers to better understand the unique needs and interests of each of these different parts of our community, and then come up with strategies to make sure that our existing programs or future programs are inclusive of the different needs that each of these communities expresses.
Well, we looked at what the DIG strategy was asking us to do, and it made us take a critical look at how we do business. And part of it was looking at the community. So one of the things that came out in particular was the community mapping. So we took a look at all 14 branches that we have and what communities were around those branches, and to see if we were serving that population in the correct way.
It's almost like an aha, or there's an awakening that's taking place within a lot of our staff, recognizing that maybe the traditional models or ways in which we've been doing things actually isn't equitable or isn't culturally relevant.
I feel that we're becoming a more welcoming and inclusive organization, and you're already being able to see the change in the demographics, not only on our staff team and our board roster, but also as far as the people who are coming through our doors and participating in our programs.
More and more society is looking to nonprofits like the Y to address incredibly complex issues facing our communities. The DIG strategy has prepared us for this role. We're able to effectively respond